Good afternoon. This should be an easy lesson if you've done the previous lessons. It's just graphing circles. Now, they won't always be written in standard form where you can see the center and the radius, but it starts out that way. This has a center of 0 and a radius of 6, which you should have known if you've watched the previous lessons and done the lessons. So I'm going to jump ahead because eventually it gets to them written not in standard form. See, this one's still written in standard form where you can see the center. Center has an x value of 0 because there's nothing added or subtracted from the x. It has a y value of -9. So actually the center is down here at 0, -9. And then the radius is the square root of 1, so it's 1. Again, there's another one. So I'm going to jump ahead. Again, here's one where it has the center of the circle is centered at -8 and +9. And again, circle of 1. They do a lot of circles of or radiuses of 1. But remember, I'm square rooting that 1. It's not just the 1 in and of itself. I actually square root it. So don't forget that. Like this one here, the radius is 4. So I'm going to go over -3, go down -6, and a radius of 4. So I go out 4 units. All right, so let's jump ahead because eventually, I know that there's not very many, but see, and don't worry about decimals. If you'll notice, you can go in between, go half mark, so your centers can be at half tick marks, which is perfectly fine. Again, another one that's in standard form. But eventually, if you get up to 90s, this one's not. But all you got to do for this one is minus or add the 25 over, then you find out that the radius is 5. There really isn't very many difficult ones in this lesson. I thought I'd let you have an easy one, radius of 2, because think about adding the 4 over and then square rooting it. And I'm going to, now here's one where you're going to actually have to complete the square on the x terms. So just remember how to do that from the previous lesson. I'm going to do a parentheses x, and again, I have a -6x term, so that's going to be a -3 squared. But be careful here. I'm going to bring the 27 to the left, right? I added it over, and then that's not an x, I'm scratching it out. But then when I took half of the -3 here, or half of -6, which is -3, and I squared it, I actually have to add a 9 in on this side, and I have to add a 9 in on this side. And so 27 plus 9 is 36. So I get a 36 on the right side. I accidentally dropped my y squared. Luckily, there's only a y squared, so it's plus y squared with no addition or subtraction from it equals 36. And again, I just completed the square. And then you can easily see that the vertex is at a +3, 0. They're not vertex, sorry, the center of the circle, and it has a radius of 6. So I'm going to come out here to, if I'm at 3, I'd have to come out to 9. And we've graphed it. If you have any questions on doing that, completing the square, so you'll have to complete the square with the y terms, minus the 32 over, add and subtract 36 from both sides. You'll get better and better at it, you'll see that it's not as difficult as you think. But do ask me questions in class if you need to.